this is Sidney. So today, for some reason, I was feeling called to bring all of these items that are laid out in front of me. I have candle, I have some crystals, I have ceremonial cacao with blue lotus flower, and a singing bowl. So that's what I was intuitively drawn to, and then for some reason I wanted to make this hot chocolate with the ceremonial cacao from Peru. And then as I was making them, it's a big block of chocolate cacao, and then I was grating them, and as I was doing so, something was coming, like a song. I was tapping into the ancestral energy for some reason, and at the moment we are going through a huge upper chakra activations with all this higher lights, especially with the rainbow portal that just opened, 111, 112, 113. So the energy of 123 is coming through as I'm speaking right now for me to share that we are progressing in terms of Gaia's ascension energy of rise. And in the previous video, I shared about the light side of the news and some of the dark side of the news, or the information that the people need to be aware of at this time. So again, that's been coming through from Source and Gaia and my spirit team. So I'm going to allow my intuition to come through and then just flow as they're with me, Source, Gaia, and my spirit team, whenever I'm on camera. So at the moment, I've been experiencing a really huge pressure on my crown chakra. So you may be experiencing some brain fog or sleep pattern disruptions, or feeling a little bit sluggish in your physical body. All this like so-called ascension symptoms due to this energy rise. And what's happening right now that I'm going to share is that a lot of people are getting crown chakra activation, is together with the third eye activations, to further open up third eye to have clarity in this time where a lot of things are coming up to the surface, where as I keep mentioning, chaos, shadow energies surrounding. So it's helping us to navigate through any lies, deceptions, deceits, also to navigate through illusions, also to help yourself embrace your shadow self by no longer trying to escape, but to observe and witness and embrace, so you can further integrate yourself through healing. So basically what this is all doing right now, or supporting us at this moment, is to help us get into our soul aspect, so that we can remember who we are, basically, in a deeper way and better way in the human language sense. And also eventually, as all these upper chakras are being activated, meaning crown chakra up, that's all the way connected to through the Antakarana bridge to source, we will start to remember more of who we are, that is that we are the universe. So the message that came yesterday was the word universal. So that word universal is tied to that rainbow portal energy that we successfully activated, I would say, on Gaia, that we are utilizing this energy, or this energy supporting us to basically embrace the shadow. Because when we come down on earth, we go into that earth experience where it's we are basically in the darkness on purpose, and we had to navigate through the darkness not knowing. So we had to tap into our own intuition. And the only way to do that is to go within. Therefore, we experience a lot of crisis. We experience a lot of so-called tower moments where things are crumbling down as if nothing's working out and things are going wrong. And in that midst of crisis energy, or the chaotic, or the shadow, or the darkness energy, we need to recognize who we are. That is the light. So as we recognize this, we enlighten, basically, right? Enlighten ourselves in a symbolic sense, not as like the idea of enlightenment as like you are above all and you are out of all, that kind of programmed idea, but basically enlighten, meaning you are lighting yourself up, meaning you start to remember who you are. That is your essence, that is the light, and that is the love. And as that energy starts to awaken and you start to work with that energy, you go through a healing phase, you go through awakening phase, you go through a tower moment, so you can release and let go of the things, or through those tower moments, all the things that, or people, places, and things were deceiving you are revealing themselves. You're seeing them. And as you go through the process, you have to go through the process of feeling disappointed, betrayed, unloved, however it is, and then go through that phase in order to embrace what happened with love, grace, and respect, basically, so that you are detaching from these energies. So basically, what we are going through at this time is to further release any negativity that we've been agreeing to, or gave consent to, as we were in that experience of darkness that settled in as limiting beliefs. So for example, the idea of how you should be, or how something should be, or how something should look like, these are one of the examples of ideas of limitations in our mind. And the purpose behind this energy right now, as I was tapping into it, is to help us to come up and rise up as the co-creator with the universe. Meaning the universe, when we become a co-creator, it's not the superior inferior relationship with the idea of universe or God or source. We are all equal. So basically, you are the universe, you are source, and you are working with source together on the same level-headedness. And to come to this point, you need to realize, or one needs to recognize, the light, the divinity within, or the power within that one holds. Only when this has been solidified, because source witnesses everything, even though we think that we can bypass or we can deceive something, everything is transparent. So in the energetic space, I would say. So basically, when someone has integrated that energy, you start to become a co-creator, because you tapped into, meaning you tapped into your essence that is no longer bound by any of the limiting beliefs, meaning limitations, or that idea of lack that we took on earth. So that's what Source Gaia and my spirit team wanted me to sort of sum it up, like more in a brief sense. So that's what's going on. And so right now we are getting prepared for the age of light, or the Pluto in Aquarius that just kicked off, right? And we are now in Aquarius season. And I believe on the 19th, on that day, when we were entering into that age of the energy of Aquarius, it was conjunct, the Pluto was in conjunction, and all these energies were sort of the astrological or celestial energies were supporting. And what I received, I believe on the 20th or 21st, and since that day the energy started to rise, 19th, and then 20, 21st, 22, 23rd, now today is continuing to rise up, and I've been sensing, feeling, hearing all this energy rise up together with all this confirmation from Source Gaia and the spirit team. So one thing or a reminder is whatever physical symptoms or emotional things that you are experiencing or you may be experiencing, allow yourself to be gentle with yourself, rather than, why are you going there? Oh, that's not how you should feel, or that's not blah blah blah. Like, go in and really listen to your inner dialogue, and that's going to reveal how the communication style that you received and you learned, especially from your first caretaker, is what I'm going to share, whether it's parents, whether it's grandparents, whether it's some adults in your life, and that created this harsh inner critic, or that judgmental take on yourself, or that they used a lot of the control mechanisms, or punishment and reward and threats, right? Something that I'm going to share is you may had like temper tantrum, or you didn't like something, so you're like, no, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to eat, and then you're kind of in resistance or rebellion, is what is coming. Like maybe you are 6 or 5 or 7, before the age of 7 is what is coming up. And then your parents or the caretaker or the adult who were around you would create constant threats in your energy that is normalized. If you don't eat, you will have no playtime later, or I'm gonna call mom and tell her what you did, so you're going to no longer be here, and then you're going to be taken to mom or dad, who's more strict and very harsh. So that way they were trying to control you rather than cater to your emotions and feelings and needs, and understand the language of the children or the psychology. So that's what they learned, so that's what they were playing out. So basically these energies are all surfacing up so that you further integrate your shadow self, basically, however it is. Everyone has their unique theme and unique wounds. So this energy, the process or the transition of this energy is to help us further anchor down the idea of heaven and earth in your physical vessel. And with that, Source Gaia and my Source Gaia and my spirit team have me receive all this information about what's going on in the dark side as well, for me to share for people to raise their awareness and consciousness. So the purpose and intention behind all this information, this insight sharing, is so that you realize, or you wake up to suddenly how to nurture and honor this physical body and take better care of yourself, and that's going to help ascend a lot of souls, basically, because we need this physical vessel to work properly in order to shift into so-called your highest parallel reality or timelines, however you resonate. So on a day-to-day experience of your physical reality, you shift, meaning you attract different kinds of scenarios, circumstances, people, situations. So if you basically raise your vibration, you're going to interact with more people, or a lot of the energies that is coming in year 2025 is merging of the soul tribes. So a lot of the idea of soul family coming together, soul mate relationship, or however this resonates for you. But when I share these things, it's a little bit different of the concept of the idea that is kind of romanticized, but more like merging with your soul family. And that has to do with serving the purpose for Gaia. And that is the purpose why we are gathering and coming up together. And we have spent time healing, growing and evolving and integrating all these energies, so that when we come together, we can work together in cooperation and in this energy of peace, love, harmony, joy, abundance, respect, reciprocity, and all these energies, so that we can basically serve our purpose with success. Basically, that's what Gaia is coming through, and Source. And as a result of that, what they want me to also highlight is that you're going to experience different energies as you interact and gather with your soul tribe, or relationships. So something that is more euphoric, something that is more like in match to that idea of heaven and earth energy. And I don't know how that energy is like, because it's something that the Source Gaia and the spirit team, they're saying it's better to be in the unknown. So there's like a surprising factor. Also at the same time, that's just how we navigate through on earth. We need to navigate and especially work with the idea of unknown a lot as part of the training, is what I'm going to share, so that we tap into our intuition. And so all these ideas will come in, but also what they want me to share is that with the ear of the green snake, representing a lot of the Kundalini rising energies of higher knowledge and wisdom, but at the same time, on the flip side is the shadow aspect that they want me to share, is that there may be snakes in the grass. So you have to watch out. So that's where the discernment comes. Your intuition plays out, and trusting yourself will be very key, so that you don't doubt your own intuition and get into situations that could kind of, in a way, slow you down with the ascension process is what I'm going to share, because you have to learn a lesson again, basically. So that's how the universe works. Everything is a lesson. There's no punishment, or that idea of punishment that we've been heavily programmed with. So that is something that I'm guided to share. And this cacao drink that I made earlier with the blue lotus flower, and all of a sudden I was feeling called to make this drink, and it had to do with third eye immediately. So what else? Somehow this energy is very like slowing things down for a lot of people in the collective, and the reason for like physical symptoms or fatigue or all this like brain fog and all this is to help you slow down, so you are in a state of receptivity and surrendering any of the control desires that you have been embodying, living in the age of survival, basically. So the constantly are stressing, working with the unknown at this time is going to be very important. Practice is the word that is coming up. Practice. So practice makes progress is the message that is coming up. So even though you may not have any clarity right now about certain things that you desire, or in the direction that you want to head, the purpose or the intention behind it is to continuously train yourself to trust yourself, trust your intuition. And to do that, you need to continue to stay present, to align within, so you can listen to yourself, basically. So as the earth is like a giant school, that's what we are being trained right now, is what I'm going to share. And with the rainbow portal energy, as I shared in my Patreon transmission, we are aligning. It's helping us to align all our 7 chakras within our physical vessel, and the temple that is within. That is very sacred, and that is the vessel that is required. So the idea of Merkaba. So basically, the angelic realm gave me this information for, with source in Gaia and my spirit team yesterday, that on the 113, when the rainbow portal opened, the light increase has been, I kept mentioning about the tipping point, and that was the, we achieved 51% of light on Gaia with that portal opening. And since I believe December, I shared about the 6th dimensional light body, 7th dimensional crystalline body, and crystalline brain that we are accessing, and it's available now for us to activate and further solidify is the word that is coming up. So they're highlighting, or they have been highlighting a lot about the importance of this, or the role of the physical body. And with that, what came was the 777 number pattern, and that gave me, that took me back to the energy of the 777 portal, where I was in Bali to open up this Lemurian portal, and all this idea of Trinity and this pyramid, and then it's lighting up on top, and then it's moving. And right now, that's that was the energy of the basis or the foundation energy to take us to this point right now. So we needed that energy, and portals opened up and connect to these different timelines. So we've been diligently working on that. And so now that trinity, the mind, body, and spirit integration, is very key in further raising our vibration. And also they are highlighting activating our DNA strands. So as you know, some people are aware already, in the darkness, in the age of darkness experimentation, we had only the 2 strands of DNA activated, and some people 3. And recently last year I mentioned about this. Now the 4th has activated, or the energy is available now for people in the collective. And so once we activate all 12 strands that were all kind of shut off intentionally, it's a whole other abilities that we are going to unlock as a human being, or a human race, is what is coming. So this body, nurturing this body and taking care of this body is becoming more important. And this energy has been coming through since last December, where I constantly mentioned about lymphatic drainage, working with the brain and physical body from time to time, and detoxing. All this information was preparing us slowly. So if you've been tuning into it, it's something that your soul was preparing yourself for ascension. So the purpose behind me as a light worker, frequency holder, and all these star seeds and light workers who are awakened, working and helping people right now, is basically to help people who are kind of in between a stage right now, that a lot of star seeds are still unawakened in the collective. That is the energy that I'm tapping into together with Source and Gaia. They're still in resistance, still in a lot of the programming matrix, especially a lot of starseeds in the corporate sectors is what is coming. So that's basically a lot of these energies, or the souls, are still in between. And the reason why on a soul level it is very important that we continue this, so that we awaken to our own mission and help each other, help other people, is basically we don't want for them to get stuck in this low density energies, because we think that this is one life, but actually we are going to reincarnate and go through, or chose to go through another soul experience or soul journey after this life on earth. And basically after this life, or this timeline we're living under right now, the earth is scheduled to ascend, basically, so-called in human language sense, or however you resonate. So that if a soul chose not to raise their vibration or awaken, and still hold a lot of karma, they have to choose to go to a even lower density planets to play that karma out, and it's going to be very extremely difficult, is what is coming up. So that's why we are, in a way, here to help our brothers and sisters at large. We are all a big one family, soul family in that sense. And that's with that another, that message that came yesterday, the universal is coming up once again. Unified energy that we are moving into with the rainbow energy of alignment. So we are achieving oneness within first, and activating and holding the light. So basically I understood why I kept sharing to stay in peace and love, and despite all this chaos, and remembering that you are the eye of the storm always, is because to hold the frequency for the rainbow portal energy. And so basically right now, that what you speak to yourself is very important in further activating your DNA strands, reprogramming your cellular structures, because our body is 70% water, or mostly water. So whatever you say to yourself or entertain in your mind, all these frequencies resonate as sounds. So how the universe was born was through sound. So the very sound is Om. And with that sound created light, and with the light created matter. So that's how the process is going. So that's why the words that you speak with yourself, to other people, with other people, is very key on ascending as well. And because we've been programmed to constantly distract and chase after everything outside, we underestimate this power or this energy or this spell that we can utilize, or this magic within ourselves, or this tool that we already have, your magical wand. We constantly were programmed to chase after a magic outside of ourselves, or certain ideas of magic that is not in alignment with the essence of what magic really is. So that is coming up for me to share. So basically, the energy that is coming through and Source and Gaia want me to share is that we are working to further embrace our shadow self, to enlighten our light body, meaning recognize the power within, the light within, the love within, more and more. So on a collective level, every individual is dealing with feeling not enough, not good enough, on a unique way on planet Earth right now. So that is basically what we are navigating through, and is helping us to further embody and recognize that you are enough as you are. You are enough as you exist, and your existence is what makes you enough. And we don't need to be something and do something, meaning to prove ourselves. That is all tied to our self-worth, or that idea. And as we do so, you are going to embody more of that energy of love, joy, peace, abundance, contentment, and fulfillment within, so that our addiction to achievement is going to be balanced out with our inner fulfillment of just being. And we need to experience what it's like. We need to understand how that really works by individuals going through their own journey at this time. So this alignment through this rainbow energy portal is preparing us to come to that universal energies within oneself and connect every other individuals, and then merge as one. So we recognize each other as parts of who we are. And so right now we have been programmed and conditioned to kill each other, fight each other, bully each other, hate each other, right? And threaten each other. Basically that's what the programming has been done to us. And by integrating this energy, we are, the soul idea of soul family or soul tribe, reuniting. So we can basically, the reason why we are gathering is to build the new earth. And new earth foundation is very different. The structures will be different. So this is where we are, is what I'm guided to share. So what on the dark side of what's happening right now, we need to be aware in terms of taking care of our physical vessel, this vehicle that we need in order to shift our physical reality at this time. And because the other opposing energies are aware of this, they have been contaminating our food sources, water sources, air, right, with weather manipulations and chemtrails. They're spraying all these chemicals in the air, and they're working on, you know, all these different projects where especially I mentioned at the end of December, NASA has been coming through quite heavily. NASA is involved in a lot of these malevolent projects. Is something that is coming up right now through Gaia and Source for me to share. But a lot of people and children are programmed to look up to all these institutions, and also Disney is creating a lot of ideas of consumption, where it's distracting children from a young age and programming them with the idea of Disneyland and going there. It's all about consumption, all about hierarchy. If you have a VIP pass, that's more money. Otherwise, you have to wait in line for an hour to get on a ride, to see something. If you have the pass, if you have the money, you just get in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And all these ideas are creating all this more of desire for people to, that I need more money, and also creating hatred with people who have money, and this conflict within people, that if you have more, you want more, but you're also afraid of having more, because on a subconscious level, people do not like people who have more and, you know, in a better place, so-called, or if that's how they perceive. How come they live in abundance while I live in lack? How come they're rich while I'm poor? All these ideas. So they had me watch all these like Disney movies that just came out, right, which I shared. There's a lot of commercial elements nowadays to all this Disney series. So that's none of the heavy programming with children. And you don't have to have all these clothing. Now your daughter is into that Disney anime Frozen, and during Halloween, right, they go trick-or-treating, and in that in those candies and chocolates, it's full of chemicals and toxins, and then they buy outfits, and if your parents can afford it, you start to resent, or you start to feel you lack, or you are behind, and that creates a lot of hatred, resentment towards someone or something that has those, or can afford those, like all these ideas basically. So this is something that Source Gaia and my spirit team, they want me to share. So we want to be more aware, and when we are in the matrix, we have no idea, and we just get played. So another thing with all this, like what we went through in 2020, a lot of people decided to get the shots and all of that, and in that there's something called mRNA, and you can do your own research. And basically this is how they're explaining to people is this is supposedly to this is not natural, this is all synthetic, lab made to maneuver with the work with the cells so that it creates immunity within your body, so the virus doesn't go into your cell, and so you don't get that what we got in 2020, and then you don't get sick. So that's the basic idea that they were selling and marketing. But actually when you look into it, it was creating a lot of the spike protein, what's called spike protein. You can also look it up if you are drawn to it. So Source Gaia and my spirit team are letting me just share this information so that people can, if you resonate, you can do your own research so you can tap into your sovereign power within. So it's up for individual souls to choose to do this or not. Or if you disagree, or you have different opinions or differing opinions or opposing opinions, or however it is up to individual soul choice. And that's basically the freedom we all have. But it comes with the consequences, meaning due to the law of cause and effect, that is the universal law. That is not tied to the idea of reward and punishment, but from a neutral standpoint, what you choose, you receive in return. So that's what they want me to share at this point. So basically, they also want me to explain about how the DNA is working. So you see these strands, chromosomes. So we have 23 chromosomes, and that's what makes your hair brown or black or blonde, or your eye colors based on your genetics from your moms and dad's dad, and you know, this ancestral line. So that's like these strands, right, that you see. And then there's within that strands, you will see the horizontal lines. That is made up of amino acids, which is basically the breakdown of proteins. And the outer layer of these DNA strands is called polysaccharides. Is basically the sugar from all vegetables, all fruits, legumes, seeds, everything that we consume from earth, from Gaia. So that is what is making up, and that's how it's naturally working. And what binds these amino acids and the polysaccharides to strengthen our DNA is the minerals. And so that's why we are like really into minerals, and you know, and there are a lot of misleading information that have been widespread worldwide. For example, we need to take calcium for bone strength, but we need a lot of different minerals basically for bone strength instead of just calcium. So with that, a lot of people were feeling like they want to strengthen their bone, or they're worried about aging, and because of all the sickness and disease people feel in their physical body, they start taking all these medications and vitamin pills, tablets, all lab-made, synthetic, which is basically creating more toxins within our body to prevent us from having that activation eventually, and have that all the system flow. Basically, gut is really key, liver health is really key, because the liver is the growth hormone, is the center of detoxifying everything and all this. And the liver is usually get exhausted nowadays because all the toxins that we consume, or the chemicals through foods and snacks, or basically everything, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the water, the fluoride in the water, everything, all the skincare that we put on our skin. Skin is the largest organ, but at the same time, that's why they're playing with the idea of protein. And a lot of people, they want to look younger, so they're taking collagen powders, which is all synthetic or from, and nowadays bone broth of cow, other animals are becoming like popularized for immunity boost, they say. And this idea has been widespreading. It's because they are heavily programmed. People are heavily programmed with these ideas, and I've been living through this as well. When I was in the corporate world, I was always tired and I was always stressed out. There was a lot of anxiety that I was living with day to day, and constant idea of lack in the subconscious, right? And feeling the need to chase, fear of missing out, and all these ideas. And when your body starts to take a toll on you as you've been exhausting yourself, abandoning yourself to work and to be more, to do more, to accumulate whatever in order to have security that we've been programmed with, you get sick. On a mental level, on a physical level, on an emotional level, and it starts to go into the light body, your energy body, that energy. So basically all these symptoms are energetic. So once you clear up certain traumas, your back pain goes away, your chest pain goes away, your throat pain. So that's everything is how it's intertwined and tied to your mind, body, and spirit. And so they've been working with this. So when you take these medications or these synthetic materials constantly as if it's going to heal you, it's going to have you feel better. Like for example, in Korea, a lot of people nowadays, they take like 10 or 20 pills a day because they think it's part of their health routine. And they eat all of this food because they're now addicted, and then they want to look fit, so they go into exercise, exhausting their body, and there's no grace in pushing your body to something that is uncomfortable so that you have muscles, and in order to have muscles you need protein. So they are consuming a lot of meat and protein shakes and all this like protein bars, and there's a lot of this misleading information or the lack of information or the education. But once you awaken your energy, you will start to sense there's something weird, something's not right, and that's how people can navigate through. And that's why it's important for an individual to awaken themselves first and question all these things that you were taught, basically unlearn, right? And then relearn that process. So this morning when I woke up, what my spirit team source in Gaia also had me was now, at least in US, they've been injecting pigs with mRNA, and it's not being explained, or they're not being classified, so we don't know. And people are consuming pork, and so this person was sharing this information so that you go to a local farmer, or like where you know your source, where it's coming from and how it's being raised and all that idea. So because right now still a lot of people are in the dense energy, not all people are, a lot of meat eaters are still in the collective. And also because of the programming, they want to keep their body up. They, especially males and females who are into fitness, they're really into the idea of protein. So they they tend to consume a lot of these still animal products. And it's all up to a soul's choice, but eventually, in order to join or align with the new earth energy or that idea, basically, we all need to transform from carbon-based to crystalline-based. That's what this energy is supporting us, this rainbow energy, portal energy, and the sixth dimensional, seventh dimensional, this crystalline body that we are having access to build and embody and integrate. So we are in this transition right now, and one thing that because my energy is so tied to all this changes going on with Gaia, and I share this story a little bit in one of my videos, where I was connecting with when I was activating my light language at the beginning of year 2023, and all these crows that I was communicating, like hundreds of, I don't know, maybe hundreds of crows, and I was like in a movie or something, that experience that I shared. So basically, I'm going through all these physical changes, and in my entire life I had all this physical illness or aches in different parts of my body non-stop, I would say, and all my body and the bone structures were off because I chose to carry all this ancestral karma, and I chose to be in a family, the ancestry line, relationships, of everything around me was karmic, and that my soul chose to experience what it's like to be in that energy of mental abuse, physical violence and verbal abuse, constantly living with the energy of chaos and drama, and parents who are addicted to argue and fight all the time. And but they are putting on a face to the outside world because they have a reputation to manage. So with all this energy, and also all these friendships that I had, looking back, it was all karmic, and so I had to learn all these different lessons so that I can help people, basically. When I come out and recognize that I'm not that wound, I'm not that hurt, I'm not that victim, right? And so same goes with the body. So I went through a lot of the physical different things. At one point I wasn't able to move for about a month, and then my immunity just dropped, and I went to the hospital. They couldn't identify, but my heart was racing really fast every day. I couldn't walk. I had hard time breathing, and then I had no energy, and then they said my white blood cells just dropped drastically, and so I had to I suffered with a lot of immune things and all the inflammations. Right? I remember my memory of childhood was getting all the Skittles, as my mom asked me to get some ramens from the store nearby. So I grew up eating all these ramen noodle that is popular everywhere now. The Korean ramen is a lot of chemicals and all this MSG. And at one point, they were saying, oh, MSG is not it's not that unhealthy, and this little they come up with this dose or this periodic or the table where a parameter, a certain dosage is healthy, and it's not. All these ideas programmed, right? And I had all the Skittles that are full of toxins, Mentos, and all this I just have this memory, and how much toxins and chemicals and all this water that I was drinking. And my dad's dad, who is my grandfather on my father's side, was a farmer. And so I remember them harvesting and selling all that stuff to buy pesticides. So that I grew up with rice that were pesticides. They used to send us a lot of these like stuff, everything pesticide. And with that, so I experienced a lot of these different symptoms. And I remember, like in my early 20s, when I was like really into writing poetry, listening to music at night, looking at the moon, and sometimes reading a poetry and crying over this like sensitivity, right? All this artistic energies that I used to have. And that's what helped me to go through all this like dark periods that were constantly coming. And then I remember reading this poetry and just crying because of the purity of that, the poet's heart. And it's one of my favorite Korean poets, who was a freedom fighter during the Japanese occupation. So he used poetry to express what is going on in Korea and the horrible things and treatments. So basically, yeah, I remember writing about how I'm the, what is it? Not the prisoner, a slave of my own hormones, because I was suffering constantly with PMS symptoms, like really severe PMS symptoms. So, if you're a female, it's happening every month. So, like, I suffer with it all the time, and it felt like I had no control over certain foods, or I was like so addicted, or I was like craving like sweets, or craving certain foods, and I feel like I'm just like not free. I'm not free. And so I remember writing this poetry, and that was one of my poetry. And because my hormones were all messed up, and I had all this like constant acne and like pimples most of my life. And I had to deal with it, and all of that alongside, and then the surgery at the end of 2021, and then go through all this process of how cancer is like, and the treatment and the people. And basically, the body has its own intelligence. When something that is not in alignment with our the essence of the physical body, the supports our emotional, mental, and light body, it reacts. That's why when we eat something poisonous, we get sick, and initial reaction is to vomit or feel nauseous. So it's trying to pull out toxins. So for example, someone who went through radiotherapy or radiation therapy, I would say, or chose to, I saw this this interview of this TV personality in Korea, and she had to deal with some sort of cancer, I think ovarian cancer or something, and she's about my age. And then she chose to go through that radiation, and then she said she still remembers that smell, what it was like, the horror and the disgust, whenever she passes by the hospital, just by in the near vicinity. She starts to smell everything, she just starts to feel everything. And I think that's how she's describing how horrible it was. And for me, I chose not to because I was like doing a lot of this research. I believed in self-healing ability, the regenerative ability of my body, and that I had to also wake up to clean up my diet and start to detoxify. And I went through, since that journey of 2022, 2023, 2024, now going into 2025. Okay, the reason why they Gaia, Source, and my spirit team want me to like share all these things right now is so that what I'm going through is kind of like I chose to go through all this like things firsthand in this lifetime. So even though it's very challenging all the time and sometimes exhausting, so I have to, make sure that I'm grounded and present. It's what my soul chose, so I can help people who's going to go through. Eventually, the people will go through this. They will have to clean up their body, physical vessel as well, because that's how it works, mind, body, and spirit. And that DNA activations. We need natural minerals, natural vitamins, natural source of proteins, and this idea of sugar also, that if you have a lot of fruits, you get sugar high and it's not good for you. All these ideas that are programmed. And even with that experience of like this hormonal pill to manipulate the estrogen level as a medication that I was diagnosed after the surgery, I experimented with by taking it for a week, synthetic medications, and I woke up in the middle of the night with extreme pain in my stomach. And then I just knew, because I was also doing the research at the same time, and I was juicing, I was out in nature grounding every day before that, and I was feeling super energized, like brain was so clear. And then all of a sudden, as I was taking the meditation, just in 3-4 days, I was getting like easily this bruise on my body, and then if you take the medication, you're not supposed to eat this, you're not supposed to eat that. And when I did the research, the whole list of foods were all healthy foods, healthy fruits, healthy vegetables, or healthy herbs. And you're not supposed to eat them because it's messing up the process of the medication. And in my mind, I was like, this is not right. If you take this, it's blocking the natural flow, everything. And so basically, that's what I had to go through. And in divine timing, I will perhaps share more the details of all this diet shift, and along with the energy shift and the stories more in detail, if Gaia, Source, and my spirit team want me to share. Today they just want me to share this. And then also what I was experiencing was like for 2 weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, I suddenly started to feel like I want to juice fast, because I stopped like once a week 24-hour fast, water fast, for about like 6 to 8 months. And during that period of 2022, 2023, 2024, I went through a lot of different changes as well. And at the same time, there were times that I was eating more, eating less, and all these different changes with different energies and all the different chakras that I was working with, especially when someone's going through a lot of the lower chakra clearing, especially the root and especially the sacral, you may find yourself getting hungry more. You have to eat more because your body is trying to make you feel safe with a lot of these fats and foods that you are used to, your body, the patterning. So in order to repattern, you have to go through that period. But if you're constantly criticizing or feeling bad or trying to control that, there's a lesson, but that's basically how it is. And at the same time, when you are raising the vibration, especially with the upper chakras, especially with crown activations, you may start to feel like you want to eat less, or you don't need food for an entire day or so. You are not as hungry, or you just don't feel like eating that much. Or if you eat something, it makes your body feel heavy, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. So all these different things. So what I was experiencing about 2 weeks ago was all of a sudden juice fat. So entire day I was just drinking all this juice that I made, from home basically, and eat just raw fruits whenever I was thirsty or I was craving something. And since then, I felt something shifting, and then now I don't feel like I want to eat as much, or there are certain foods, but it's mostly through liquid. So more liquid diet, and I'm juicing every day, and with juicing, because I'm moving around, we don't need to have this expensive juicer. You just need a blender that everybody can easily get, and then blend everything. And here I can get coconut water, so I'm using coconut water and then blending everything, all these vegetables and fruits that my body is like pulling me to, or drawn to have more of. And one of the things that I also learned was that liver needs some nutrients in order to detoxify. So you could I experimented with just only pure water going on water fast for 24 hours or 48 hours, and then only drinking coconut water for 72 hours. Now it's more like I'm mixing like beetroot and gooseberries and tomatoes and ginger and turmeric and cilantro, and I'm just blending everything, cucumber, and juicing it, lemon, lime, and that's what I'm craving. So I've been mostly doing that. But you don't want to go. So something that I'm also guide to share is, whatever that you do not want to be in extreme control. So you have to work hand in hand with the body. Is something that I also had to learn through, because at one point I was trying to control this fast, control this diet, and I had to learn my lessons, and so that I could share with people and help people, perhaps in divine timing, if someone is going through something. I had to experience it firsthand, what it's like, so I know the details of the emotional, mental, physical subtleties and differences and energies and shifts and changes and all of that. So that's basically and now I understand why that was happening, because it was taking place for me to get prepared for the rainbow energy portal and the energy now. And this is part of our transition from carbon-based to crystalline body is something that Source Gaia and my spirit team want me to share. So that's basically how it's going to be, from solid matter more to liquid diets eventually. And we are all in this transition right now. I still do solid foods, right? I cook my chickpeas. I make my own, with tahini and the stuff. But I enjoy eating with having that as a dip with just raw fruits, raw vegetables, or that's what I like to or enjoy. And I had to go through transition after transition. So I just want to ask Source Gaia and Spirit Team, why do you want me to share this particular side at this particular time? So the purpose behind it is whatever that your journey is, your season is, whether you're in summer, spring, winter, fall, or whatever phase you're in, you're at the beginning, the middle, the end, and that cycle goes on and on. Wherever you are, you want to honor your journey and embody that the truth or the essence that you're always in the right place at the right time, so that this knowledge and reminder helps you to embrace more of your self-trust rather than self-doubt, which we've been programmed heavily with, so that you learn to trust your body, trust the flow, trust that everything is helping to support you rather than harm you, so that we don't need to feel scared anymore. And with that, you can trust better. At the same time, you can discern better. So that's going to help you through this age of Aquarius energy. And also with that, they want me to share that experience, I believe on the 20th or 21st. In the middle of the night, I woke up with this racing sound outside on the street with this car. Like, I've never heard anything that went by that fast. It was like, that movie, the title, The Fast and Furious, when they're like doing a car racing. I've never witnessed or experienced firsthand of those car racing and the sound it may come out. This was like boom, and it's not like something driving really fast, but the speed and the sound of it, as if it was like explosive. Something was like, everything was like shaking. And I'm just explaining in a very dramatic manner, but that's how the sound was, trying to deliver how it was. And then with that, I woke up. It woke me up. And I used to hear like this happening in the middle of the night when I was in Greece or other places. I remember like in Malaysia, but this was something that I have never heard and experienced to this intensity, to this like speed. And right after that, I saw another car like trying to chase with like kind of like police car, like this, like, what's the siren? And at first I was like, oh, is this the lower entity trying to do something with my heart center? And I had to like really like sit with the energy. And then I just, let that go and went back to sleep. And then the next day, suddenly that occurrence or that happening, or what happened the day before, came to my mind, and I sat with it, and then I received the information that how the energy is rising up and shifting since we enter the Aquarius season this year, on the 19th. and the energy was, they were giving me these physical representation, or the sense of how the energy is moving and how it has shifted, and it was extremely extremely fast, and this was in line with what I've been sharing. We will, like, everything will speed up to a point where we never really experienced before, something that was unknown. So that is something that I'm guided to share. Like, speed of light is changing, accelerating. So that's the energy that we are living with right now, and people do not feel this on a day-to-day regular basis, and people may not sense this on a regular basis, or the difference, because we are living through it gradually, one by one, not just happening from 0 to 100. So basically they want me to share this analogy once again that I shared in one of my previous videos. If someone from 200 years ago or even 100 years ago sees this person from the year 2025 now, they may think and believe that we are from the sky or the heaven, because the light that we embody and that's around this earth is very different from 100 years ago, 200 years ago. So that's what all this ancient stories, right, of these gods from the sky came down. It's all extraterrestrial, and we are in the process also being with the disclosure process, and a lot of this news are coming out. So that's how the energy is, but because we are living through it, we don't feel it, we don't sense it, unless you have certain special unique gifts that is supporting your soul mission and purpose at this time. And that doesn't mean one gift is better than the other. Everything is unique and equally important at this time. You're all here because you are needed. You matter, and you came here with a purpose. So that is something that I'm also guided to share. And also, right now, another thing, the dark side, what they're doing is they've been playing with a lot of this water contamination and all of this. Now they're playing with the idea of organic foods because it's being more popularized and people are having more education now. Now what they're doing is they're messing up the seeds. So a few weeks ago, Gaia Source and my spirit team had me this information about this person, an entrepreneur from Africa. A lot of the African energy has been coming through around that time, and this entrepreneur was disclosing information about how these big companies from the West are now enslaving farmers in Africa by because now they have the seeds, and the farmers in Africa have to buy these seeds from them, and these seeds, they're organic farmers, and these seeds are contaminated. They have to buy the seeds from them, and the reason they have to continue to buy them is because they engineer the seed in organic farming, and when they engineer the seed, it's not from the natural source, so it doesn't have the ability to reproduce. You see what I mean? Everything lab-made. And so they have to continue to buy the seeds every year and every harvest. And after as I'm sharing this, the Gaia is coming through, and the downside of this is not only the seeds, and it's contaminating the fruits of the seed, whether it's fruits or vegetables or any harvest, but also it's messing up the soil, is what I'm going to share, and it's classified as organic produce. And I've been sharing this in the previous videos from time to time. I've witnessed this seedless papaya for the first time in Kuala Lumpur. And I've also witnessed another one from the video that Gaia Source and my spirit had me see in India. And also this another clip of this farmer or this farm in South America. And this farmer and the son was like showing off on Instagram how big their cucumber is. The cucumber was giant like this, and they said it was like, I don't know, like 6 kilo or something. And this giant cucumber, and the farmer said they received the seed from Venezuela. And so they're now, and this is going to be classified as organic because there are no pesticides, no chemicals involved in the farming, but now they're playing with the seeds. So this is something that I've also experienced as I was living through different continents since 2022, that I've been witnessing this giant size vegetables and stuff in Egypt, throughout Egypt, and this Greece, all of the place, Korea and Malaysia, Thailand, and some of them seedless, right? Seedless lemons, seedless apples, classified as organic. This humongous vegetables, classified as organic. So it's something that we need to be aware of more in order to better take care of our vessel for that Trinity, the pyramid, the golden light at the top for enlightenment, to further enlighten, activate our light body. So the purpose behind it is to go into our monad, where all our soul memories and wisdoms are stored there, so we can access that. So right now, this energy of heaven on earth is also representation of the higher self, lower self integration and alignment. So the higher self, meaning your soul aspect, lower self, your ego aspect that we are living with, the shadow self. So we are integrating and merging further the shadow and the light, and accepting the darkness for what they are and the shadow for what it is, rather than hating it, rather than being scared by it, rather than wanting to escape from it, rather than trying to avoid it, or this light aspect, whether we are worshiping, whether we are blindly trusting, whether we are being illusioned by all these ideas of religion and all these like narratives and stories, so-called histories, that's been a lot of them manipulated. It's now coming with the light. As we merge, we are seeing the truth of the dark and the light aspect and merging. Okay, so that is what is taking place. And this cacao, the ceremonial cacao, is from Peru, Cusco, I believe Cusco, Peru. And as I was making this drink, the song or this ancestral in my third eye vision started to come. So it's something that is coming right now to help activate. Right now, as you heal, all your ancestors are freed. All your bloodline, families, and individuals are freed. And as you do that, you activate more of your soul gifts, your spiritual gifts and wisdom. You're unlocking. They're working with you. So, huataki yatakau yataki yatakau. This melody is coming through, so I'm just going to let this come through. So as always, tune in with your own heart and take what resonates with you and discern for yourself whether this is for you or not. And if you're feeling triggered, use that trigger to work for you, not against you, by observing and then witnessing, and see that as a tool rather than get sucked into any of those negative emotions. Do not let them define your emotions. You have the power to choose how you want to feel, what you want to pay attention to. Okay, so with that, these light language, light codes are also coming through. I'm guided to share here on public YouTube now. Huaiaka iataka utuku aiatakiki aiaka uatakiki aia. So that ancient energy from the Peruvian continent, the continent there, the energy there is coming through for some reason. Huaka iataka, the Aztec is coming through. Utukukua iataka ua. Hiataki ataka uataki kia iataka ua iaka iataka hutuku aki kia iataka iaka. In my third eye, I'm seeing like these ancient ancestors gathered in the night under the stars, under fire, around fire. They're dancing. I'm seeing their visuals now. Utuku aiataki aiataka uataki ataka. Machu Picchu is coming. Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu, uatakia Machu Picchu. With that Palladian energy is coming through very strong. Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu, watakia ataka wow. Huaia takaia takaia a ua. Hutukuaia taka Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu. So this is okay, working as an activation to open up your heart chakra, to help you and to support your heart healing. Hutukuaia takaia tata tataia taka huaia ia. Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu. Huatakia Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu. Iataka. Celestial alignment is coming through the euphoric energy. All these planets are aligned. Utukuaiataka, that's with the rainbow portal energy. All these planets, the sun, moon, the Venus, Mars, Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, Utukuai in alignment, which we actually had the astrological alignment in the month of January. The energy is coming through with this ancient energy, ancestral energy, with the energy of this cacao. Utukua iataka uataka iataka uua ia. Hutukua iataka uataka ia. And I'm feeling called to use this Lemurian stone. It's all these different timelines that are coming through all together to help us get into that flow state, to rise up in divine feminine energy through the foundation of the union of the divine masculine and divine feminine within as the foundation. So as you accept your unconditional self, you're able to provide that unconditional acceptance to others and everything around. That's the energy of this rainbow portal. The purpose of this portal energy right now, this integration and alignment. So the energy of Los Angeles has been coming through the past 2-3 weeks heavily. Energy of the US is ready to be transformed. As a light worker, as star seeds, however you resonate, earth angels, frequency holders, You are now to further integrate this energy. So we hold the frequency and further raise the vibration of Gaia from 51 to 52 in a very near timeline. Once we reach the 52%, people are going to experience more of the energy of peace and easily embody and integrate more of the energy of peace, the codes of peace in their heart center, that is the portal. Huatakai, to achieve that energy of the universal, or expand that energy on the planet Gaia. Uatakai ataka uatakikia iataka uawa. Machu Picchu ataka. Egyptian energy is also coming through from my timeline, Isis timeline. Futuku iataka iataka kauakai. Hutukuaka. This is also activating and clearing your third eye now. Hutukua iataka ikikiaka uataka kakaiataka huataka iataka. As you resonate and open to receive this energy, you may feel a pressure in your third eye or upper chakras. Huataka iataka kaiataka uaka iataka iataka ka. Huakaka iataka uataka iataka uaka kikia. Clearing and aligning all your 7 chakras now. Huakaka iataka iataka iatakikiataka ua iataka ia. Huatakikia iakaka iakaka uakikia kaka uatakia. How these melodies and frequencies are coming as I'm singing. I'm just letting these melodies or this sound coming through. It's not like a musical harmony or anything, but it's just coming from the ancestor energies of different timelines that are simultaneously existing right now. As I'm tapping into it, all simultaneously, all timelines, the wisdom, knowledge is coming to help you further remember who you are. So I see people around fire dancing. So there's an element of fire, and I've been working with the Fae energy or the Fae realm the past 2 weeks, and the energy or the element of air, the element of water has been the major one. Now the fire and earth is coming through to help activate and further integrate. So with that, I'm feeling called to light up this candle, and now I understand why I was feeling called to have them in front of me before. So watch the fire. I don't know if you can see them. I'm sending the energy of this fire with the energy of water to navigate through, with the air and earth, with the celestial alignment. Or you can light up your own candle, and just by looking into the flame, just meditate, looking into the flame, something igniting within you. And as you do so, if you start the fire, if you start to feel the fire within you, especially in your solar plexus chakra, it's going to further clear up any debris that blocked you with fear from you being the courageously you being, speaking, and all of the energy of the confidence within yourself, the trust, activating the limitless potential within you. Huatakai atakai atakai atakaka uakai atakau atakia hauatakikia uatakikia atakau atakai atakaka uakikia huatakai atakau akakai ayaka Hutukua ia 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 kaua ia taka huataka ia ia la la ia taka. Allow yourself to purify. Further release any of the negativity that you may be holding in your subconscious. Whatever that you label as negative, a person, a place, a thought, or an idea, whatever, however, you give consent to that negativity. Therefore, you start to match that energy and you start to attach to that negative force or the source of that negativity. And you want to now cut cords by releasing all negativities, releasing all labels, meaning releasing all conditions, because you're giving energy, your precious life force energy, of sacred energy, of your attention by labeling something as negative, because there's no negative or positives. You are the source, universe. You are the magician. You are the creator of all that is. You are giving meaning to everything that gives life. So now detach. Stop labeling. Stop judging. Stop giving conditions. Stop identifying. Release all negativity. Respect and appreciate the past, the lessons, experiences, people. Forgive others, situations, and yourself, so you are freed from these negativities, the purification of your soul, so you merge and align with your higher self and merge that with your shadow lower self. Further integrate your ego aspect so that your higher soul aspect is the one in the driver's seat. Huakaia takaia kawaia takaua takia kawa atakaua takikia. Huatakia takaua takakia. Just keep feeling, singing this somehow, this transmission. Huatakia takaua kakao. I'm seeing very soft sky blue in my third eye, the greenish blue. Watakaia takaua. Further opening up your heart, releasing all karmic ties, cutting cords. Huatakaia ta, clearing up all your ancestral karma. Huatakaia tata, to accept yourself unconditionally. Huatakaia takao, as you embody this energy, everything that you create, the intention, the motivation is not from lack anymore, not from fear anymore, but from the place of joy, place of love, place of grace and abundance and gratitude. Releasing all shoulds, should be's, should do's. Huatakai atakai atakau atakakau atakiki atakau ataki. The Native American, the chief, is coming through. Atakiki ai atakau atakiki. Huataka, kiataka, I see the white feather. Huatakiaka, uataka, ua. Huhua iataka, uataka, kaka, ia, ka, uataka. Hua, energy of Sedona is coming through. Huataka, iataka. For this purification of the soul. Uataka, iataka, uataka, iataka. All the symbols are coming through in my third eye. The triangles of the patterns. Utukua, iakataka, uata. You are to unlock this. Huataka, iatakaka, uataki, ataka, uatakaka, iaka. Huataka, hiatakaka, iatakaka, iaka, uatikia, kaka, utukua, kaia. This Tibetan energy is coming through. Utukua, iakaka, iakataka, iataka. Hiataka, huhua, him, huma, cleansing your soul through your spine, your kundalini energy, activating your DNA, utukua strength now. You're now purifying to further rise up, further raise your frequency. Honor your sacred sound of your words. With that, all dis-ease disappears and vanishes with repatterning in your DNA, in your cellular structure. Whatever physical symptoms and ailments and illness and pain, you are also going to be freed and be released. The Mongolian energy is coming through, so they want me to keep going. The falcon is coming through. That ancestral energy. This is further clearing and purifying your throat chakra. So this was very interesting, and at the same time I really enjoyed this because I was connecting with all these different ancestral lines from all these different timelines. So these timelines simultaneously exist, you know, as some of you are already aware. Everything exists simultaneously. So this has been coming through to clear up some of your parts so that you remember and embody your unconditional self. And what the source, Gaia, and my spirit team is saying, this may not be for everyone, because people will have resistance, or because of their vibration that they're holding. It may trigger certain people, and that is part of the purpose of this transmission as well, is what I'm going to share. And if you are open and receptive, your energy has been ready, and so you are going to be activated with this. And if you're feeling triggered, it's going to serve you and help you and support you as an activator, in a sense, to release something that is in opposition with this knowledge or this frequency or this wisdom or the information that is contained through this transmission, is what I'm going to share. So as always, tune in with your own heart, take what resonates, and be very honest whether you are fully open and receptive to this energy. If you are, you're going to receive and resonate, and you may feel different emotions, or you may cry, or you may feel certain emotions coming up of the negativity. If you are in that place, and if you are receptive, you're going to allow that to come to the surface, to be released. This was to activate, to help bring out all those negativity to the surface. Okay, so I was also feeling called to bring out this blue lotus flower that I also am drinking right now with the ceremonial cacao, and for some reason I'm feeling called to share the energy of this to further activate your third eye. Ooh, brush this with this energy. With this, the Fey realm has been coming through again. The herbals, all this. So one of the things that I also received information was the pine needle tea, the dandelion, to further remove or to activate that mRNA if you got the shot, or if you have that in your system, is information that I'm also guided to share. So work with herbalism or the herbs to further detoxify, cleanse your energy. You can study them if you're also, of course, drawn to and resonate. Helping you remember, if you had that timeline working with herbs, flowers, and all this ancient remedies and magical powers of these beautiful the Fey realm is coming through the Fey realm is coming to help you with that magic, or get in touch with that magic of the nature, the fairies. I don't know, somehow druids are coming. Ooh, all those timelines coming as I'm tapping into the blue lotus flower, the Viking timelines, all the wisdom in that timeline, especially the sunstone. Allow your light to navigate through this period onwards with the sunstone energy. That's how they navigated through, connecting with the sun, locating. Allow your heart, the light, to navigate through this unknown, uncharted territory is what is coming. And for some reason, I'm feeling called to do this to further awaken and clear up your energy. And you can chant Om. Om, to further purify your energy body. You can do this with me or listen. Om wow. So this is clearing the pathway, your inner passageway, the inner path that is leading to your heaven and earth. You hold the key. You are the path is a strong message. You are the path. And you can repeat That's what Source Gaia and my spirit team is guiding me. I am the path. I am the path. I am the path 3 times. With that, visualize the 33 petals opening up in your heart center. Fully open. The Yeshua, Pleiades. Unconditional love, heart expansion. To the north, to the south, to the east, to the west, to all different directions. North is southwest, southeast. All these different directions, creating the star. You are the star. Okay, so this was a very serene, very feminine energy all throughout the video at the same time. I also enjoy this beautiful, soft, gentle energy coming through all these ancestral lines and timelines. So if you are here resonating, connecting on a genuine, sincere level, I see you, I recognize you, I notice you, and I also am grateful for those souls who are respecting, honoring, protecting, reciprocating with my energy on a genuine level. So with that, I'm sending you lots of love, energy of peace, so that we unite as one within and without. So with that, I'm ending the video here, and I'll see you in my next one, guys. Bye.